mean, we are so honored to have with us, this gentleman beside us, Ron Isley. As I said, he's the legend in more ways than one. We don't need legends and leapers to give him the title legend. And as I said in the new members meeting, there were a bunch of younger folk in the room that, many of you are here because of Ron Isley. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And then we have with him is his amazing, beautiful, supportive wife, Candy, who is with him every step of the way, and we will give her wisdom as well. And during the show, we'll get chances to introduce you all to the product that we have here, his liquid gold, which is both you have a brandy and a vodka, right? And so
It's delicious.
it's delicious.
Speaking from experience.
Yeah.
And I think Anthony's had some already. So, okay. Well, and to our right, we have two leapers, but I don't think anyone in this room really going to define them as leapers. But for the spirit of the show, we'll call them leapers. The spectacular Cedric the Entertainer, who
What up, bro? That's good. Towards the bull. Thank you.
I thought he said we had two leapers. I was
Yeah,
like, I'm
yeah,
a Leo.
yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Towards love.
All right.
and then the equally spectacular Anthony Anderson.
Yeah, and dog.
So just as an administrative footnote before I turn it over to the person that I'm carrying, Lauren. Um, so some of you were expecting, another panel member, right? Miss Ellis, right? So we're in the airline business. We know how sometimes the airlines can be fickle, unreliable, not as dependable. She started her trek here yesterday, right? She actually started yesterday, and her flight yesterday was canceled. And she was rebooked on another flight today, and then that flight was canceled. And so she's on another flight that's going to get her here around 6 o'clock today. So she will be with us for the evening reception.
My flight got canceled and rebooked. I made it on the same day. What's
I'm going to let you talk to her about that, sir. She will be here for the evening reception. We're trying to show her some love because she feels very badly about not being here, right? So let's show her some love.
Oh,
Anthony, you can do that too, my friend. So Lauren is going to go through the more mundane process of reading the bios, but let's let her do her part. My Lauren.
Ricky, you already did it.
I didn't do it.
Okay, so several people, I'm sure you guys are wondering, like, this is amazing, Legends and Leapers. We have more celebrities than just Lauren on the stage. And trying to figure out why, right? Because we are in the aviation industry. So I really want to get into not the bios, because none of these individuals on this stage need an introduction, except for Ricky. But Candy and Ron have liquid gold. Now, all of you know I'm a new mom. Do not confuse this with me nursing, okay? This is way better. Well, if you ask my son, right? But
is that how you got your son?
let me tell you something. I refuse to have number 3 though. But so contagious. Y'all don't break out in song. So we want to really talk about your new beverage line. Because I know that this is something that you guys want to get into airports and everywhere as well. And then to my right, we have AC Barbecue. Unfortunately, Cedric's name couldn't go first because it just would have been weird being CA, but it's AC Barbecue. And these gentlemen have been, I mean, you guys haven't done much this past year. You've only in about 14,000 different stores around the country. and sauces and rubs. So we're gonna get into that because obviously we want to see some AC barbecue in airports too. Yeah. So okay, all right. So Candy, Mr. Isley, please tell us about your liquid gold and how this came about.
Well, I'll let you start off. You start off.
He's a
So
smart
I
man.
will start off and say this is something my husband started wanting to do 15 plus years ago. He was going to do a cognac with another company, and the business side didn't pan out right. So we were like, no, let's look for another opportunity. So we were introduced by a mutual friend of ours, our associate Joe White, who's sitting here on the front row. He introduced us to the distiller of this product. She is the first African American distiller. Her name is Vanessa Braxton. She has been in the game for 10 plus years. And we handpicked, actually he did, because he's the brown drinker. I like the white. So he handpicked this brandy out of 5. And this was the smoothest, and it represented him. And so what you will find with the Isley Brothers is that they wrote music for you all. So the people, the quality of music was important, and that's what we are doing now in the Spirits, is that we put the people first, what they would like, and the quality it has to match who he is. We can't just put anything out. And so this brandy is an XO. It has been filtered and distilled 5 times. So that's what makes it very, very smooth and unique. And same thing with the vodka. Our distiller helped us come up with the name Contagious, and we had to agree because after you drink so much of it, it is contagious. And it's just a catchy slogan. Everybody wants something that's really, really good and that they can enjoy over and over again. And so we're proud of this, especially with it coming from a Black woman distiller, the first African American who's done this. We're very, very proud of that. And we want to continue bringing business to our Black communities. We know Jack Daniels, but we want our people to drink Ron and Coke. Okay? Okay? All right?
what you did
And
there.
you try this with some Coke, and I'm telling you, it's next level.
Yes.
Point of differentiation. No judgment
Yes, I've,
zone.
I've seen you guys party already. So yes, we've
Yeah, so we have samples. It'll be in the exhibits on tomorrow, so we hope you all get a chance to taste it. But yeah, that's the gist. We plan to do some other lines. Oh, the most important part is that Ronald wanted to make sure he owned this. He didn't want to just slap his name on this. So we have our own federal TTB license. We own this product, and everything else that we will do, we will own it. We will service other Black businesses, entrepreneurs, maybe some other celebrity brands down the line. That's our plan, is to honor legends with this product and to continue the legacy of the Isley family.
Right.
So that's just about everything that I was going to say. You know, I was here early and listening to Cedric. I said, let me let me sing my song. So, sorry.
So why don't we give you guys an opportunity to kind of tee up your brand as well? This is new to some of the people in the room. We don't want to leave the room with that being the case after they leave. So why don't you?
yeah. So our product will be on display tomorrow at the exhibit hall.
Yep.
Both of us, but Anthony and I have AC barbecue together. We've been friends over 3 decades, many years, and we often would take these golf trips. And this is how our friendship and the idea of the kind of the early stages of the barbecue sauce came about is that we would go on these golf trips with a group of friends. Anthony and I, we rent the house. We'd be the main ones doing the cooking, and so we wanted to do something that represented our culture. We saw so many celebrity brands and partnerships doing tequilas and alcoholic beverages. So, but we recognized that barbecue, grilling, cooking, going and hanging out was so much that same celebratory energy, that thing that we love to do with each other. You get, somebody throw something on the grill, somebody bring the potato salad. Not anybody can bring the potato salad. We already know somebody gonna bring the potato salad, but not anybody can bring this potato salad. Then and then somebody's on ice. Somebody, that same person that can't do potato salad, get ice. You know who you are. Touch two people and say, touch somebody, get the ice. You get the ice. No. Yeah. Yeah. You bring the paper plates. Ray, praise God. Won't he will. Listen. But
They on ice and coke.
yeah.
The coke.
Hold up.
But we started this brand last year, 2023. We were, we started it with the ideas that we wanted to bring something from our culture that we can bring into the marketplace. And what we noticed is that it was not a national brand for barbecue. Barbecue is intrinsically belongs to our culture, but in the last few years, because of the kind of the popularity of the Texas brisket and all that, that you start to see it be more and more about white guys in the front on barbecue. And we was like, not so much, you know what I mean? I'm just saying it's good, but no, you know what I'm saying? So, but we realized that, again, it wasn't a national brand out there. It wasn't someone he really putting on for barbecue. And so we started AC Barbecue with that. We are in 2,400 Walmarts, 1,400 Lowe's, HEB in Texas. We're on Amazon. We got our own website. Yeah. So restaurant on Jackson State University, and then 5 more universities this year. Oh yeah.
Opening up our own
And then we open up our own, yeah. And then we have our
and we're trying to come to an airport near you.
yeah, of course, that's it. So yeah, we got our first flagship store in Los Angeles at Westfield Mall, and so the opportunity for us to be here and then to be able to be in airports, this opportunity came out. Sheila Hudson, she rocked me. What's up, Sheila? Thank you.
That's my boo right there.
She introduced me to this idea and this concept, and we're very excited to be here. So this has been a blessing to meet so many great professionals and people who are plugged into this world. And we met some dynamic people already today. And so it's just been a great experience to understand where the opportunities exist and what we can do to build a brand that will be legacy, not just for our families, but legacy for the culture. When you really think about it, is that we haven't been represented in something that is intrinsically African American, and so that's what we're trying to do and build something really big. So that's what it's all about. And you want to add any more? All right, good.
So
Rooted in culture and fueled by community.
That's it.
so with this show, one of the things that Lauren and I take pride in is, one, not letting you know the questions we're going to ask before the show. Okay, and that's true here as well. We have not told them any questions in advance. And so-
Because we also don't know
because we also, that's true
what
too.
question
That's true too.
we're going to
okay.
ask. We have a hand. We have a hand.
I have a question.
Yeah, well, you have a question.
Yeah, I have a question.
Oh.
Okay.
When you went and got your nails done, did you take your outfit to the nail shop? It was like, I need you to match these colors to my fit for Sunday? Or did you match your fit to the nails after you got them done?
So you know what's crazy
Uh-huh.
is I was like, I'm gonna be on stage with Ronald Isley, and I need to come correct because Mr. Isley be suited and booted, okay? And so I had the suit.
Okay.
And then I got my nails done, and until you said it, I didn't even realize I was matching. But check the toes.
Ah.
So
Yeah.
now you've changed the dynamic for me getting my nails done. I'm gonna be like, this is my fit for the week.
Yeah. Right.
Figure it out.
right.
Okay, thank you. So that's what happened.
They were out there wondering. I'm going to ask the questions that are on their mind.
He for the people.
So
Culture and community. Thank you.
So I won't take my shoes off.
Lord have mercy.
Speaking of barbecue,
Yeah. Do your speak? Yeah. His shoes is white. His feet white too. Ashy as hell.
you only know if you saw him in his Uncle Barbecue's finest
Oh
last
yeah,
night.
right.
Yeah, he had those on.
All right, we digress. All right, digress.
Yeah.
So here's the first question. You two, you talked about your friendship. You've known each other for a while, and Ron and Candy, you've been married for some time. So Anthony, did you meet Cedric or did Cedric meet you? And I want to ask you the same question, Ron and Candy. Did she meet you or did you meet her?
Cedric and I, we met each other. That's the mark of a true friendship. We can't remember how we met, where we met, or when it was. It's just lasted almost 3 decades now, and no matter where we are in our life, no matter how much time has passed, wherever we pick up, whenever we meet up, we pick up right where we left off, and that is the mark of a true friendship. Yeah.
Oh, he's oh.
Well, 25 years ago, I met Candy, and she started singing with us. We've been married for 19 years. Next week.
And I'll answer. I met him. I auditioned for the Isley Brothers with my 2 sisters in 1998 to do a tour. They were getting ready to go out on tour with Earth, Wind, and Fire and the OJs. And I auditioned, and we didn't have, one of my sisters wasn't there. She was in Jamaica. And they had another girl there, and we were like, no, we don't want her. We want our sister. It's 3 of us. And so he says, okay, and ever since then, we've been out with him, touring with him, singing on different albums with him, and just enjoying life. We have a 17-year-old who's going to graduate from high school next year. And so I will say I met him. I met him.
Mr. Isley, I'm just glad you knew where you met her, because if you would have used his line, that wouldn't have gone over well. I don't remember where we were or where it was.
I wasn't supposed to remember things like that about Cedric. He my boy, but not my boy. No diddy. They wildin', man. All right. Okay, Yolanda. Yolanda Cat. All right.
So, product placement. Okay. So, got you. So, one of the things that Anthony just mentioned was legacy. So, I want to talk about that a little bit, because you all know that I'm always about succession plan and legacy, as we all should be. And you all, everyone on this stage, your first act was something different than what this act is, right? So I want to talk a little bit about legacy and what this brand means for your legacy.
Well, first, I wanted it to be something that I really enjoy, and it's more than that to me now. And I kid you not. Well, you guys tasted it, and
Anthony more than the rest of us.
I'm about to crack open the vodka in a second.
that was so important to me, and so we just about have a deal with Coca-Cola. Do I supposed to tell her? Let me shut up.
Men in Black that. Y'all didn't hear. He ain't say that. He ain't
Don't
say
nobody say nothing.
nothing. We know where it came from.
Yeah. So I'm just proud of that, and I'm proud of using the name Contagious. Uh, we're working on s- with our vodka. The next name will be Summer Breeze.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And after that, it'll be in between the sheets, which is I can see a lot of y'all waiting for that one right there. Is the
That's exactly what's going
Trio.
to happen.
He said twist off top. He said twist off top.
The trio. Sorry. The legacy, sir. Legacy. Bring it back. Everybody went. Bring it back.
Oh yeah, and plus that, we're going to have a beer named Shout.
Okay.
Since they do it in football games and basketball games and stuff like that, so we think that's going to be great.
That's beautiful.
Yes, ma'am.
Legacy.
Legacy. At an early age, I wanted to be immortalized, and I felt that with the work that I do in television and film, that would last forever, right? But that's something that I couldn't pass down to my children. AC barbecue is something that Cedric and I can pass down to our heirs. And it's about building generational wealth as well. And so we can pass that on. And that is the legacy that I'm striving for. Cedric?
Yeah, I mean, I'll back that up completely. I mean, you don't have the ability to give your natural talent or ability to perform to your children. I mean, they try to emulate you in some ways, but the opportunity of building a business, one for us too, as we started to really study the world of barbecue, we went around and we met so many people, so many great historians, so many people that really explained, this way of cooking outside on the grill, making it happen, and for us, the pig, the cow, everything, the rooter to the tutor, the whole thing, everything get done. But this idea is truly legacy, to recognize that in this world, in this food space, that we don't have a national brand that represents us. I mean, and represents us in a real way. I mean, barbecue is very regionalized, and often, just that one that everybody knows in their region. And so we know that we have a fight uphill for that, but that is the legacy that we think is just very important to use. Our celebrity, the idea that we can also use our celebrity not just for us, which we do, is we profile other great pit masters all around this country. We've been blowing people up, like people who cook. We like, hey, come on the show, be a part of our brand. We'll just show you. We'll put you on. And so,
But use these spices and seasonings.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I
AC
mean,
barbecue.
AC barbecue, let's go, baby. So but that is really what we feel is important about legacy for us, and why we're trying to build this brand, and why it's so important for us to build it. Like I was just saying earlier, that the biggest barbecue brand now is Sweet Baby Ray, and everybody thought that was black because his name was
Sweet Baby Ray's not black.
See there? See how they got you? See there? That how they got you right there. Sweet Baby Ray. It ain't black. We like, what? You know that. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So not he could have should have been Sweet Baby Ray Ray. And then we would have added, if it would another Ray was on there. If you would have added one extra
Lil Ray, you right.
Lil Ray Ray,
Lil
we
Ray.
would have been like, now, come on now. Now you over here crossing the line if you Sweet Baby Ray Ray and you not black. But just Sweet Baby Ray, no, it's not, it's Raymond. Yeah. Raymond. No, so no, but again, anyway, that is the spirit in which we're doing this, and we do want to, for our kids, for the culture, all of these things we think is very important of why we building this brand.
So is pig master a job? Is that a profession?
Pit,
Yeah. Pit master. Pit
pit
master is
master.
a job.
I don't know. Yeah, pit. Yeah, pit is
Okay, different
so
show.
pit master.
Pit master is a job.
Pit master is a
There's
thing.
a
That's
show called Barbecue Showdown.
and if you out there the one on the grill getting
Yeah,
down,
yeah.
you the pit master. You on the pit.
Is it a black job?
It is indeed a black job. It has been for many years. That's my point. That's my point. It was originally a black job, and now it's been appropriated in a lot of many ways. So
And Raymond. I'm really disappointed
yes,
about Sweet
yes,
Baby Ray's. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I'm gonna get okay. I got to, cause that is disappointing. Sorry, I'm back. I got to get me some ACs.
Get your AC.
So y'all
pull
got
out.
spices, rubs. What?
And
Tell me
So we have
merchandise.
so we have our all day sauce, all day every day. That's what we call it, all day every day. Then we got the gold, which is the Carolina wine. It's more the mustard base. Then we have 3 rubs. We have the lemon stepper. We got the MVP, and we got the midnight smoke. And but all of these rubs are, everything is just. Me and Anthony, we went through all the with the culinary scientists, which we learned. We these wasn't just food makers.
They
Just
was
a culinary scientist. They had white jackets on and everything.
serious. Oh, it's serious. It's an art.
Like then they needed respect. When you came in there, you like, I'm a scientist, sir. You was like, yes, all right, I'm sorry. And then we did all the flavor profiles, but we also have tools. We got spatulas, knives. We got the caddy. We really building a whole brand. We covering everything. We doing events. We got the TV show, the Kings of Barbecue that we have on A&E. That's also can be seen on Hulu. Podcasts. We're just growing this whole space. Cookbook coming out. And then again, we were very interested in this restaurant space, and so the opportunity to be in airports is something that is very exciting to us.
And our seasonings are universal. They're not just for barbecue. They're universal. You can put them on vegetables, popcorn, chips, and things like that. So it's not regulated to just what you're putting on the grill. Fowl, fish, chicken, things like that. You can use it every day, but it's under the AC Barbecue banner right now.
So y'all know that he's official, and he's officially a culinary expert. He said fowl,
Yeah.
fowl,
I-
and fish.
FAWL, not FOUL. We're not talking about a foul in the NBA.
Let me ask you a question. Can other people get involved with you guys, like on our
That's
brandy and vodka?
no. I'm thinking some liquid gold in the sauce.
Yes.
So now you got you a bourbon.
We're all
cognac.
up for the right collaboration, Mr. Isley. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, I'm letting you all know.
I mean,
you all can get involved with this contagious and whatever we do.
He said, "I've already said too much."
So one of the things we try to accomplish with this show is to give people insight as to how others have overcome challenges, right? Because everybody in the room has a challenge, or they've had a challenge that they've tried to overcome. They've had to overcome. Transportation, entertainment, no different. And I'm sure you all have had to overcome some challenges. So can you speak to this group about a challenge or two that you've had to overcome, be it related to your product or your profession?
Wow. I don't know where to start. When we started off in 1959, I wrote the song Shout. I think that's about 64, 65 years. And we're still hustling. When I say that, I mean, I still feel like I'm just getting started. You read things about other people. When we read something in a trade that says somebody makes $17 million a night,
yeah.
we said, wow, you know, and we know what we make a night. We thought we were doing, doing it all, but you know, we know we have a long ways to go.
Yeah.
I'm 83 years old. So
And I'm 87.
No, you know what, Ron? It's interesting that you say that because Cedric and I, we were having a conversation not too long ago about just like the institution of music and whatnot, and we look at our icons, and we consider you to be one of our icons. You know, Stevie Wonder, people like that, and we look at what's being done for other people, and nothing against them. But who were we talking about? Said the Elton Johns and the people and the people that you're referring to that are making $17 million a night, and we look at what you've been doing for 69, almost 7 decades. You are an innovator and an originator, and a lot of these people are just imitators and copycats. So we look at, and it's up to us, to make that change, for people like you, who we feel deserve the $17 million a night. Because we're still rocking to your music 69 years later. Can I get some volume on my mic, please, sir? I'm about to take us to church.
Elton John played keyboards for us. That was, when we first went to England, our keyboard player was Elton John. That was 6 years ago. Yeah. He's a great friend of mine, still too right now, today.
I think to that point though, it's the same thing that we all deal with, and that's one of the things that's really special about this room in the sense that what we've all found is that there is gatekeepers at certain levels of all these business, even probably for a lot of you guys who build businesses in the world of concessions, and you still feel like there is this kind of ceiling that happens of where you can go, where you can actually go, and then, you got the bigger dominant companies. And I think this is where we have the opportunity when you're in rooms like this, the opportunity to understand who does what and why, and then how is it that we can synergize together to be even bigger, to bring our celebrity in with your business acumen and say, hey, we're gonna walk through this door differently this time. You ain't got to be the one that's got to hear to know because they ain't gonna tell me no the same way, right? And so
I wish it would.
and so these are the kind of things that become, yeah, the wish factor. Yeah, some people hope things don't happen. We wish. Wish a motherfucker would say some shit. I wish a motherfucker would tell me. But oh, hey, Sheila. Sheila, we got the children just came in the back. The kids. Yeah, the kids just came through the back. We got the thing. No. But I really feel that is probably to Ron's point that even in our industry, but even more so as we've been building our business, these are the things that you find the hardest is how do you take what you know and what you don't know and put it together and build something that can really be beneficial to not just yourselves but everybody who's a part of that train in that real way that makes things happen. And so we definitely got to do it more so culturally, but that is probably the biggest, kind of the hardest thing that we found moving along building this business is like how do you get from one step to the next.
So I always say, you don't know what you don't know, right? So give me one thing that you didn't know that you learned getting into this industry.
Oh, We didn't know we didn't know anything about publishing. We didn't know anything about, I was writing the songs, but I didn't know.
I was gonna let him ride with that one though, cause that we
Fine, you're good.
No, that's real too.
yeah, yeah.
Well, I didn't know anything about most of the time we were like a company would come to us and say they wanted to put our name on something, you know. And later on, you would read something in the paper. Somebody was suing somebody, and we said, "I thought they owned that." And we said, "Wow." For instance, P Diddy, he made a lot of money.
Go on, Ron. I took the mic from him, Ron. I took the mic from him.
There's cameras rolling everywhere, by the way.
No,
Brand
with
name.
I thought he owned that brand of vodka. He made tequila.
Oh, no, it wasn't vodka.
Oh, they.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was Ciroc vodka. It was a vodka.
he was with that company for so many years. He made over $1 billion with that company. So, but he didn't own anything. And so later on, I think he started something, a tequila of his own, itself. And they went into a lawsuit or whatever. But we started off, and I'm glad my wife has her license, I have my license, and we can do anything we want to do all over the world. So that was very important.
I guess we learned from our past as well. That's why the brand is called AC Barbecue, Anthony and Cedric. We own this. We own 51% of this company, along with our partners. That way, we are in control of this, and we sit at the head of the table and can make the decisions that we need to make when they need to be made. Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I guess on the micro level, what we didn't know is that, like most of us, you make something at home that's good, and you like, yo, this the recipe, and you like, yeah, just throw this in there and throw that. What you learn when you're doing food for the masses is like, no, you can't put your mama's, that ain't can't go off up in there, sir. So that is literally where we had to learn to go with the food scientists. We had to learn like a lot of the things that we wanted. We had to be able to create them from scratch. That we own the IP on it, and so we had to go back and understand that okay, this idea of I want this taste from my childhood has to really be about us developing and sitting there and going through it. I mean hearing ingredients we ain't never heard of.
Mama
Like
didn't use that one.
they got like fruits and plants and stuff. You like, what's that? A sap or sop? What the hell? No. Look at all the Jamaicans like, you boy. Okay.
Sour sop.
Yeah, okay, yeah, look, yeah, sour sop. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
And the thing about what we've done with our sauces, we're using natural ingredients. I'm a type 2 diabetic, so we wanted this to be natural. So we weren't trying to add, any artificial flavors or sugars. We're using agave and things like that. So that's okay. I said just want to hold on to it. I come from the theater. I don't need a microphone, ma'am. But that's what we were learning, and we're learning how to scale that down so we can also give that to the public without it costing an arm and a leg, trying to be health conscious. It's just like, okay, well, yeah, we're not going to use sugar. Use this agave. It's like, okay, well, that's $862,000 a gallon if you want to put it in your sauce, Anthony. But it's also about learning to be health conscious and giving a product out in particular to our community and to our people that's going to be healthy, but it's going to taste good. and without sacrificing flavor. Yeah.
Candy, I want to give you the opportunity to answer that question as well. What is something that you have learned in this process that you didn't know prior that is like a big takeaway?
But
Yeah.
before you get there, I have a question.
Yes.
Like, Cedric and I had to really taste our food and our seasonings rather before we put it on the food. How much alcohol did Ron actually have to drink before he found the right blend of cognac and brandy and brown liquor?
You know, it wasn't really that hard. The distiller sent samples about the same size that you're seeing right here, about 5 different ones, and she had them numbered. He went through each one and he said that one, and so that part was very, very easy for him to do. What I've learned in getting into the spirits industry is about distribution. You know, that all distribution is not the same. So, for instance, there is RNDC, there's Southern Spirits, there's many different distributors, and one may work better for one state than the other. And so you just got to figure that part out. And two, there's so many other big companies out there that you're up against. And so it doesn't matter that, you know, you're just another celebrity brand and we should have you. You really have to put in the work and have a great marketing team, which we have just recently found. I mean, we're still a baby company, and so we're not in a hurry. We want to slowly grow this company into something really big, and we're just learning all the pieces that we can learn. But that is one of the things is distribution. If you once you're able to set up the distribution and you hire the ambassadors and get the marketing, all of that plays a part. So you can get distribution, I'll say, and then your bottle can sit there. Well, if it keeps sitting there and it's not selling, then they're going to take it off the shelves. So we have to move it. You know, it's like in the entertainment business, you know, we could put a sign up on the marquee, but you have to do advertisement, you know, and so this is a whole nother way of doing advertisement. Now, I'd say, you know, in the spirits world, it's more work than the music business, because the music business is something that he's been doing all his life and it's so much fun. It's not doesn't feel like work. But this, on the other hand, is like a labor of love. So your dream and anything that you have or you're passionate about, you have to get behind it, because no one else is going to believe in it if you don't. And so, but it's very important. I'm finding out how important it is as African Americans to have your own brand, and the fight that you have trying to get your products on the shelves. It's not as easy as some others have had it. And so, finding creative ways to market your product it takes work, and each market is different. Detroit is different from St. Louis, LA, Vegas. So you have to find the great thing about being a celebrity brand, though, is that he already has a fan base in a lot of these places. So we are, you know, taking the analytics and looking at what states are more prominent or dominant for the Isley Brothers, and then we're like targeting those states, and then we'll trickle down to some of the other states. But it is fun, I will say that, learning something new and learning how we can take this product and make it into $1 billion company. We're ready. We're ready for it.
I just I just kept picturing Ron with 5 different drinks in front of him. Just no. Hello. Hello. Well. Yeah. La 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 la.
So,
My
So-
dog. That's my dog right there, man.
I was gonna ask him how many sips before he's like, "This contagious right here."
Yeah.
Keep
That's
going
true.
back. Yeah.
so obviously you guys are great business people, right? I mean, what you're sharing with us is very insightful, and I'm sure everyone's learning from that. I want to take a peek into what has really made you famous, and that's your work as artists, right? As actors and producers and comedians and as singers. There are people in the room that are that are trying to make decisions about the next point in their lives, that has some risk associated with it, and the courage that comes with making those kinds of decisions. You guys have done that, right? And you're an example of what happens when you show that kind of courage. Can you talk about that a little bit? Not with respect to your business, but to your profession.
Well, my philosophy is you can't be afraid to fall, because if you're afraid to fall, you will never take that leap.
Yeah.
And that's what it is for me. And also being your authentic self, because the minute that you are inauthentic, all else fails.
Yeah.
So for me, it's never being afraid to fall, and just being adventurous and courageous enough to take that leap, and just being my true self in every aspect of the word. I can't code switch. I mean, I can code switch, but I choose not to, because that's not me. I want to give you my authentic self, so you know exactly what you're going to get, good, bad, or indifferent, when dealing with me. Yeah.
What was the question again? I mean, for the most part, it seemed very deep. He had such a serious answer. I was like, "Ooh, wait a minute, get my shit together over here." I need to wait a minute. Hold on, you go, you go. You know what? I was a claims adjuster for State Farm. I was the original Jake for a long time. I'm talking about khakis, sweats. Yeah. But my mother was a school teacher, and she was one that again grew up in we were in rural Missouri. She went to college. Going to college, getting a job, like many of us, was the way. My mother was like, "Go get a job, be in corporate America," and I was following those steps. But I always had the spirit to entertain people, and so I basically waited to very late in life. According to most people who are really, really talented and know their talent, they kind of start a lot sooner. But I was like 27 when first time I ever even tried to do comedy. And so, but again, the first time I ever did it because somebody else believed in me before I did. Somebody else was like, "Dude, I'm telling you, you could do this," and he basically, signed me up for a comedy competition, and the first time I did it, I won $500. And that was it. I was like, yo, this is it. I get it. And so then it was about the work. So I always kind of tell people for that very reason, if you got a dream, if it's something that you really believe, just start taking the steps, one step at a time. You ain't gonna make it all ain't gonna happen in the first weeks. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about knowing what it is that you're passionate about and trying to start living it one step at a time. Whatever it is you believe, wake up in every day and have something on your agenda that's for you. Because every day you can wake up and people will have stuff for you to do. If you don't have no, if you ain't got nothing on your agenda, I got something for you to do, right? And this is the process of having something that's like, hey, what do I want to do for myself today? Do that, and then you'll start to see your dreams, your ideas, those things that you really want to happen. They'll start to manifest themselves each and every day, and you'll get stronger at it, and then it'll be clear to you. And that's basically what I did. I just kind of just woke up step by step, starting. I went to work, but I also started doing comedy at night, and then my work started getting bad because I was doing comedy at night. But I was getting good at comedy. So I found that apex where it was like, all right, this job ain't really what I want to do no more. And then I found a strategy to take a leap. It was like a comedy club situation. If you book this particular club, you can go. They had 22 clubs around the country, and you can go twice a year. It was little money. Literally, it was $300 a week. You had to do 11 shows, but it was 44 of them. You know what I mean? And that became, all right, well, let me save up my job money a little bit, and then I'm going to take that shot. And I had 44 dates at $300 a week, and I'm gone. I'm out of here. And that's basically was my move. I had a base that gave me something that I didn't have to be going from zero. And then that was the idea, and but it didn't take me a full year to be beyond that. The blessings came just by going out into the world. That in that first year, I met Steve Harvey. We became partners. We did the Steve Harvey show, and it was gone. And I was like, that's the blessing. So I always encourage people to just, if you got a dream, believe in it and start taking those steps, and don't look back. Don't let nobody tell you you can't do it. Just one step, but you're not gonna win all at once. And I think that's the thing that most of us, we figure out. Even with AC Barbecue, we can't expect to come in this the first year and be a $500 million business. That's not what it is. Candy just said that about that. We have that same spirit. We willing to take our time. We willing to learn. We've had some dynamic meetings with some wonderful people here today who gave us so much food to think about, things for us to understand about what it is that we want to accomplish. And these were things we hadn't considered, because you can walk around with the hubris of being said the entertainer already and believe like, oh, I got this shit, but you don't. You don't, because I don't know what y'all know about this business. And so when people like, yo, bro, slow down. Let me holler at you for a second. And you learn. And that's the spirit, I think, that we want to grow our business, knowing that we're looking at the longevity of it, and we want to build something really substantial. So.
Well, well, I started off when I was 2 years old, and singing, and didn't know what singing was, but winning war bonds for my father. He was in the Navy. And later on, my mother taught music, and my father was in some parts of show business, and he always wanted a group. It was four brothers, and he said, I want you guys to become like the Mill Brothers and last as long as the Mill Brothers. When that was accomplished that we wanted to do, because the Mill Brothers was, wow, it was the thing at the time. Anyway, wow, you know, our faith in God was everything.
Go on now. It's all good.
And with our career, we learned that, hey, this is something, this is a gift. And we're going to take it all the way. This is it. And if you love what you're doing, if you love what you're doing as much as we loved what we were doing, and we were prayed up, my mother and father, and that's why I'm here right now.
So on that amazing note, let's thank our panelists for the amazing testimony, information.
Thank you, guys. All right, I got to rush out of here. I got to perform for y'all later on.
Oh, you just gonna leave after Mr. Biggs broke down and cried?
Okay.
Okay. See you later.
So that's a wrap. So look, I'll just say this in closing. I mean, what we witnessed here, what we witnessed are four amazing examples of trial and overcoming challenges and taking risks and being authentic and real about yourself. These are all traits and characteristics that are applicable to everything you do. They happen to be in the entertainment industry, and they're now, they both have their businesses. But what they shared with us just now is as applicable to everything you're doing, whether you be a concessionaire or an engineer or an employee. The inspiration we got from these four individuals here is just simply amazing. And I can't thank them enough for sharing your time. We didn't pay them, by the way, for this. They're not getting paid. No, they're not getting paid for this. This is
He, he just found out. Sheila, Anthony just found out. You wasn't supposed to tell him, Ricky. You wasn't supposed to tell him, Ricky. You wasn't-
We're done.